Hello friends, hope you're well. In this video, I want to talk about the dangers of operating on faulty information or bad information. But first, let me address where I'm sitting and why I'm sitting here. See, last night we had a party because it's a holiday where I'm at right now. December 9th today it is. So it's a national holiday. So we had some guests from everywhere. We had a close family friend based in Philadelphia. Newlywed couple, really nice people. We ate, we had a good time. I think they enjoy themselves. I mean, who wants to be in the cold right now? Philly's cold right now. December 8th, I'm sure it's cold. They started to realize that the quality of life here is much better than the quality of life they're living in Philadelphia. You get to a point when you're doing certain things in life that other people think are impossible, that people will just open up to you. I'm sure it happens to some of you guys too, especially if you're applying a lot of pressure. It happens to you too. When you do things that seem impossible and then people just start like telling you all kinds of things and opening up to you, and then it allows for you to connect the dots as well. So this guy said, man, one day I would like to live this life too. You know what I asked him? So what's stopping you from doing it next week? And then he said, I don't know, my job, this. And then he went into some excuses that I've heard a million times. I think he's probably 30 years old now, and I'm much older. And I said, well, you know, you can just do this starting next week if you want to, right? There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Then he said, oh, maybe when I'm retired. I'm like, bro, you're wasting time. You're wasting your life away over there. Immediately when he started making all these excuses, it made me realize that he's been consuming the wrong information, and it's going to be to his detriment. Like some of you guys that have been consuming a lot of bad information over the years, you're coming to that realization. There is nothing more painful. There is nothing worse than waking up to the truth after you've heard the truth before, but you ignored it. Some of you might know about Bitcoin and how Bitcoin has gone over 100,000. One Bitcoin is now more than 100,000 US dollars right now. And I've been tracking Bitcoin for at least 15 years. So when I heard this information, I had a flashback in 2007 when I first got laid off. You know, I was young and dumb. All I wanted to do was just spend money and party and just chase girls. You know, we're stupid, we're dumb. This guy came to me and was like, yo, have you heard of this thing called Bitcoin? This was 2007. Yeah, and he was hype about it too. And I said, yeah, I've heard of Bitcoin. He's like, yo, you should get in, man. You should get in. And what did I do? I went to YouTube. This is the early years of YouTube. So there's very limited information about Bitcoin or even cryptocurrency at the time. So some of you guys that have access to all this information, you're very privileged. When some of us were younger, we didn't have access to any of this information. That's why I'm doing this channel, to give out a lot of information to those that need it, because there's a younger version of me out there somewhere that is looking to get into this business, but they don't have access to the information, to the right information, to the truth. So what I did was I went to YouTube and I started researching about Bitcoin, and I'm telling you, majority of the videos on there were all negative about how Bitcoin is a scam, how Bitcoin is not worth it, you know, invest in real estate. And I never invested in real estate. So all I did was I just sat there. I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy property. I didn't buy Bitcoin, nothing. All I did was focus on acquiring skills, even presentation skills. This is something that took me years to become proficient at. Confident, that took me years to gain. Competency, took me years to gain. Follow through. All these skills took me a lot of time to gain. So when you operate on bad information like I did with Bitcoin, I just gave up on it because majority of the videos that I was seeing on YouTube were all negative. So I just said, no problem, whatever. And that was back then when maybe a Bitcoin was $5 or $10. I don't know. Look it up. Look at the charts. Can you imagine if I had gotten like 10 of those? I would have $1 million right now. $1 million. Just imagine. Wow. Where my life would be right now. You need to look at what environment that you are in right now, because the majority of the information that you consume is based on your environment. Once you change your environment, there's some of you that were born in the town that you're in. You've never been curious to leave. Maybe you're born in Atlanta, maybe you're born in Philly. You're not curious to see what it feels like to live in LA. You're never curious to see what it feels like to live in Nashville. So if you're not the person that is open-minded like that, you will never be open-minded to even leave the country, to say, well, the cost of living is crushing me right now. Maybe let me see what Mexico is like. Because you're so close-minded, because everything that is around you is designed to distract you. Ask yourself this question: who stands to gain from your stupidity and your ignorance? Who stands to gain? This is the question that I ask myself every single day. If I don't know how to invest, who stands to gain? Well, maybe the people that are exploiting me stand to gain. If I don't know how to do the sales, who stands to gain? I would have to hire maybe a good salesperson. It's all about what information are you consuming and what environment are you in right now. Part of the reason why I do not rely on one location to survive anymore is because this new economy demands that you are very flexible, very malleable like water. Like Bruce Lee said, you got to be malleable like water. That is so true now. If you're living check to check right now, somebody stands to gain from your struggle right now, and they're going to use you. I hope you got some value from this video. Maybe this way of living is not the only way. There's multiple realities, and you can shape that reality for yourself. When you start your own home care business, you can do things like this. You can not struggle in the cold if you don't want to. You can live in a nice neighborhood. You can eat good, live good, without having to worry about all the headaches. There's a reason why, like, rich people live on like remote islands and all this. I get it now. I get it. They know and understand that the environment is everything. If your environment is toxic and it's not healthy for your mental, you're going to struggle, I promise you. So if you're ready to start your home care business and you need a little bit of edge, it's all about getting an edge over your competition now. If you want to know how to get those clients coming in using Google advertising, if you want to know how to close the deals over the phone, because once the leads start coming in, you're going to need to know how to close them on the phone. I'm going to show you how to do that. Schedule time. Link in the description of this video. Let's talk about it. All right, I'll see you in the next video.